Now we can resolve our three pairs of motions: the vertical, up and down, up and down; the horizontal, with the fingers on one spot, backwards and forwards; and the lateral swing of the whole arm into one three-dimensional circle involving every joint of the fingers, the hand, knuckles, wrist, elbow, and indeed shoulder, first in the clockwise direction, and in the anti-clockwise. Now we have three exercises concerned with the reciprocal flexibility of the thumb and the fingers. In the first, the finger remains on its spot and the thumb is moved, and in fact is helped being moved by the finger. In this exercise, it does not matter if the root of the first finger is very lightly moving against the outside of the fingerboard. In the second exercise, the thumb remains on its spot and the finger moves either in a palm smack bounce above the thumb or smack bouncing with the back of the hand below the thumb. This resolves into one action like that. In our third exercise, we are moving the thumb and the finger in opposite directions. We do this all the while we are keeping the lightest possible of holds, both between the collarbone and the head, the chin that is, and on the other hand between the finger and the thumb. Now we come to an interesting motion, the lateral motion across the strings of the fingers. This is the plucking sound, and is perhaps the oldest sound associated with stringed instruments. The harp and the lute, the guitar, even the harpsichord were plucked instruments. In this motion we see that the finger moves across the string. The first joint is always bent, depressed a little bit to get the purchase on the string before releasing it. And the plucking itself that must not ignore the rest of the hand. As you see, there is a sympathetic motion even in the wrist. Now, this motion is possible in all positions, either when the hand is across the strings in this way, or when we bring the fourth finger over to the lowest string, to the G string. Here, as you see, the hand has to be higher, the knuckles have to be higher in order to permit the finger to pluck the string than it is here. We must not forget that to play the violin, we must also be able to move the fingers horizontally along the length of the strings. This way, with each finger, always involving the cooperation of the joints, not only of the finger and the knuckles, but the wrist and the elbow, and in fact the whole arm. We can also move two fingers simultaneously